My name is Arias, and I'm a bike messenger within the R.S.S.H delivery company. Today is Monday, February 16th, 2026. And on behalf of Cyber FM and the R.S.S.H, we thank you for listening to today's Cybersecurity Report.
Cyber FM, hosted by Arias Thomas.
It is Monday, February 16th, 2026. You are locked in and secured. I'm your host, Arias Thomas, and this is Cyber FM, the signal that cuts through the noise of a compromised world. On today's briefing, we are dissecting a critical breach at the Fintech Titan figure, the weaponization of malicious packages on NPM and PyPI by the Lazarus group, a massive credential heist targeting Outlook users via rogue add-ins, and a sophisticated firmware campaign targeting Cisco edge routers. No fluff, no distractions, just the hard data. Let's begin.
Story number 1. The Figure Fintech breach.
The fintech sector is reeling this morning as Figure, the blockchain-based lending giant, confirmed a significant data breach. The entry point? A sophisticated social engineering attack. By manipulating a single employee through a targeted phishing campaign, threat actors gain access to a limited but highly sensitive cache of corporate files. While the firm is still mapping the extent of the exfiltration, this incident serves as a grim reminder. You can have the most advanced blockchain encryption in the world, but the human element remains the most vulnerable node in your network.
Story number 2. Lazarus Group supply chain poisoning.
North Korea's Lazarus Group is back in the headlines, and they've set their sights on the open source ecosystem. Security researchers have uncovered a wave of malicious packages on NPM and PyPI linked to a fake recruitment campaign. The attackers are posing as recruiters, tricking developers into downloading coding tests that are actually Trojanized packages designed to establish a backdoor on development environments. If you're a dev, and if you've accepted a random GitHub invite or coding challenge this week, your entire environment may already be compromised.
Story number 3. The Outlook rogue add-in heist.
A major security alert has been issued for Microsoft Outlook users following the discovery of a rogue add-in that has successfully harvested over 4,000 sets of credentials and sensitive payment data. This isn't your standard malware. The add-in masquerades as a legitimate productivity tool, gaining permission to read and write mail before siphoning data to an external server. It's a clean, quiet, and effective method of bypass that highlights a growing trend. Threat actors are no longer just breaking in. They're being invited in through the apps we trust.
Story number 4. The Cisco Shadow Persistence Campaign.
We are tracking a high-level espionage campaign involving a newly discovered vulnerability in Cisco iOS XE software. Dubbed Shadow Persistence, this exploit allows attackers to install a custom, persistent firmware rootkit that survives reboots and factory resets. What makes this critical is that it targets the edge routers of government agencies and critical infrastructure providers. By sitting at the gateway of the network, attackers can intercept traffic, perform lateral movement, and remain undetected for months. If you haven't run a deep integrity check on your edge hardware this morning, you aren't just at risk, you might be owned. Let's talk about the elite logistics keeping this city in motion. This broadcast is proudly brought to you by the R.S.S.H delivery company. In a city that never sleeps, in a digital age that never resets, the R.S.S.H remains New York's exclusive delivery option. From the high security vaults of the financial district to the private estates of the Hudson, the R.S.S.H is the gold standard for precision, safety, and absolute discretion. When your cargo is too valuable for the common grid, you trust the best. You trust the R.S.S.H delivery company. Today on Cyber FM, we broke down the social engineering breach at Figure, the Lazarus Group's poisoning of the NPM PyPI supply chain, the rogue Outlook add-in stealing thousands of credentials, and the devastating Shadow Persistence firmware rootkit hitting Cisco hardware. The perimeter is always shifting, and the tools you trust are only as secure as the human at the keyboard. Audit your Outlook extensions, verify every package in your dev environment, and run an integrity audit on your edge routers immediately. Remember, in the digital age, discretion is the ultimate security. This is Cyber FM. I'm your host, Arias Thomas. Stay secure.
by Arias Thomas.